What's good, family? It's your boy Steph. We back with a trading overview over this trade that I took today. It was a great trade. I would say like it's an A trade, not an A plus, not an A plus plus, just because of the time of day and how it kind of transpired. But still a great trade nonetheless. All right. Rule number one of this trade that I'm gonna show you, this entry model, is the fact that let me just delete some stuff real quick for y'all guys. All right. Rule number one is very simple. What I was looking for is for price to, number one, sweep one level of liquidity. Now, what I mean by that is I wanted to sweep a previous session's high or low. So for in this case, I wanted to sweep London session's high or low, and decided to sweep London's low. All right. After it manipulated a little bit around that 930 marker, 10 it started to move into the direction that we really actually wanted it to go to. That's number one. Number two, after you see the sweep of one direction, you want to just mark out an area where price has no wicks, which will be a fair value gap. All right, mark out all your fair value gaps. Looking for price to, I'm looking for price to disrespect those gaps. So I'm gonna mark out those gaps because there were two of them on the 5-minute chart. All right. You're waiting for it to close with some great movement to the upside or downside, depending on what you're aiming for. And this time I was going for buys. So I was looking for bulls to take over, move with some aggression, and that's what it did. I actually entered the trade before it closed. That one aggressive candle closed. I put my stop loss below the wick of that inverse candle that we just mentioned. The reason behind that is because if price goes back down and closes below that last little closing point of that wick, then obviously my trade is invalid, and there's no point of just being in there and incurring more risk for no reason. All right, so I always aim for a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1. I got lucky to get just about a 4-to-1 on this trade. My entry again is what I showed you, but my exit is most important. What gave me the confidence to enter this trade is because the midnight open in the 18 marker was above price, which means in my rules, I'm not taking a trade that isn't the opposite of where they're sitting. Let's break that down. So if midnight open or the 18 is above, I'm aiming for buys. I'm using it as a magnet. If it's below, I'm aiming for sales. Plain and simple. All right. And if it's in the middle, I try to stay clear because sometimes the market might go crazy. And sometimes you might be stuck in consolidation all day, and I don't like that, right? So that's what I was aiming for. VWAP was above price, which normally will constitute or looking for it to rebound off of VWAP and peak going lower. What I did was I literally was looking at the chart when it hit VWAP, thank God. But what I did was I just waited for price to close above, and once it did, I knew that my take profit margins were correct, and that was very simple. I was able to make $1,000 across 2 funded accounts. Real simple, real easy, and that's how we trade on the daily. All right, like, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of content. Let me know something.